You know what's funny about a corncob pipe though? Well, that one's not like it's not like super corncobby.
No, it's not. I mean, it's been sanded down pretty heavily and then like
Yeah.
lacquered.
Yeah. It doesn't look like a traditional corncob pipe. It's nice though. I like it. How much was this?
$12.
I will say this. When it comes to pipes, you spend the money for the reason.
Well, I know that.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going to overinvest if I didn't really get into it.
No, I get it.
It ain't too bad though.
Now I'll show you. I'll pack it for you and show you how the real men do it. Clearly, you've not figured it out.
No, I was better.
It's all right though.
The flavor was better, but I couldn't keep it lit, and I definitely overpacked it.
Yeah, part of keeping a pipe lit though is like
I kept tamping the coals down too.
Yeah, you want to tamp, but like the whole idea around pipe smoking is to keep it cool, but to keep it smoking.
Yeah,
and it is a difficult find a fine line to kind of figure out. By the way, you can have that tool back there. You see the one behind the thing? Yeah, keep that.
It's a tampy thingy.
Yeah,
and then a polar outer thingy.
Yeah, now let's call it that. So use that. I'll show you how to do it. You'll figure it out. It just takes time.
This looks like a Coke sniffer.
It could be that. It could definitely be that for sure.
Or
it's very, very similar device.
Or a shank spoon in a prison yard.
Could be that too. Could very well be that.
It's like I use this to put sugar in my coffee and then kill a motherfucker. You know?
Yeah, the one. So there's like a few things on that one that I never use.
On this thing?
There's only 3 things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I really only ever use the tamp. I don't use the other stuff.
This poker thing.
That's just to loosen it up.
I think that's to keep it in the ground if you got heavy winds. Is it like one of those things that you have in tents?
That's exactly what it is. A stake?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's that.
Yeah, if you put it in the ground, it'll tell what the wind direction is.
That's exactly it.
So if you put it in here with the tobacco, you can kind of gauge what direction the wind's coming.
Isn't those things you see out like farmhouses?
Yeah.
Did you see the video of that truck get hit by the tornado?
No. Was this recent?
This happened like 2 days ago.
Oof.
There's video of a truck and this tornado just barrels through the truck and the truck flips over and then spins and then flips back over and the guy just drives off.
Holy shit.
It's fucking wild.
Could you imagine? He was probably completely, I'm assuming it's a he with a truck.
Yeah, it was he. Yeah.
But, America. But I feel like you would be so disoriented that you probably wouldn't know how to react in that moment, which most people have been like, oh, we should call like an ambulance or call the cops or something, have it on record. Yeah. Instead, this individual goes, oil truck's still good. Just fucking takes
literally
off.
Just takes off.
That's crazy.
Yeah, someone else is filming it from a distance and you see the tornado just go right over his truck. And you see it flip and kind of fucking spins and then it just pops back over and he literally just drives off. There's pictures of his truck after the fact because it made like national news.
Damn.
And it's just like scraped up and dented on the side. I mean, it's pretty fucked up, but like drivable. He just took right off, man. It was crazy.
Do
you imagine that? Like, think about you being able to tell that story for the rest of your life.
I don't think he wanted to tell that story for the rest of his life. That could have been a suicide attempt gone horribly wrong.
Or he was trying to get into the middle of the tornado.
He's like, goddamn, I don't want to go back to those fucking kids and the goddamn wife cheating on me.
You know, it's weird. It's interesting because it's a red truck. It really kind of reminded me of the scene out of Twister where they drive Dorothy straight into the tornado.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's like pretty much what he did.
He was like, Lord Jesus, fucking take me. I don't want to go back to my fucking...
And that tornado's like, not today.
Angry ass evil children I never wanted. But, you know, he woke up still in his truck.
Dude, it is wild.
Moments later and goes, well, I guess I'll go home.
You gotta watch it. It's fucking,
I'll watch it later.
It's crazy, dude. I mean, and it's not like a little bitch tornado. It's a pretty big tornado. It just barrels through.
And literally lands on its wheels.
Yeah, flips him, like spins, and then like flips back over. And he just drives off. It's fucking wild.
He was meant to leave there.
It's trippy, dude.
He was meant to leave there with a story to tell.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and it's the cool thing is it's not just a story from his mouth. It was literally on video.
Yeah.
Like some other person. Because here's the thing. you could tell the story because the truck's fucked up enough to be like, you will never believe what happened. And you see all the scrapes on the side of the truck from the fucking ground and the whole thing. You could tell the story and people would be like, oh my God, that's fucking crazy. But with video evidence, it takes it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, because if this was circa, I don't know, 1000 BC, like there wouldn't have been any evidence of this. And this is how stories like Noah's Ark get started. This is how like the gods.
Wait, you're comparing a guy getting hit by a tornado in his truck to Noah's Ark?
Yeah. Because if there wasn't video evidence of this happening to this individual, think about the story he would have told his family with no knowledge of science. But like, I was just coming home. And out of nowhere, the gods' gust of wind took me.
Goddamn slam.
Flung me in the air and landed me back down on the ground.
Yeah, that's true.
And everybody like, oh, the gods have spared you.
Like this tall tale forever.
Yeah.
That no one would ever believe.
And he would have been considered a prophet, one favored by the gods.
Yeah.
And he would have probably went on to be a bajillionaire circa, 1000 BC.
He'd have all the cows and goats.
Oh my God. Women would be all over him.
All the opium.
People think he's unstoppable.
Yeah, that is true. That is actually true.
You know what I'm saying?
They would think he himself is a god.
Yeah. I think I get wiser.
Surviving the weather of gods.
I think I become wiser.
With the pipe?
With the corncob pipe.
Yeah. What's interesting about a pipe anyway is like a pipe does look sophisticated, but think about how many fucking dum-dums smoke pipes.
Too many.
There's a lot of fucking idiots that smoke pipes.
Too many.
It doesn't make it. I will say this as a warning. This is my label warning for pipes. Does not make you more intelligent.
No. And a British accent does not make you more knowledgeable.
It actually kind of makes you. There's pipe smokers where it makes them more of a cunt.
We think?
Yeah. Not you in particular, but I'm just saying, like, in general, I think there are people who get more cunty because pipes are like one of those things that people really get deep into.
Yeah.
It's a small community, but if you're in it, you go down, you way deep. There's that with cigars too. Like, there's just the know-it-alls, pipes. I feel like everybody, they know everything.
Yeah.
It's very annoying. I was going to get into cigar news, but there's not much to say other than Illusione TAA ESP release, Tatuaje TAA 2022 TAA release, Gurkha Colección Especial TAA release, La Flor Dominicana TAA the Golden Salmon. Salmon. It'd be funny if they called it the Golden Salmon.
It's Salmon Man.
Scheduled for fall. All scheduled for fall. Bunch of TA releases. Diesel Tempest announced 2022. TA exclusive. Oh, you want another one? Fieri Tego, the Timeless TAA. Ships this spring. Lot of TAA releases. That's the only thing I've seen in the fucking cigar news. It's not even worth talking about. I'm not going to break any one of them down because it doesn't fucking matter. And a TA release doesn't mean literally anything.
Do you know what a wise man could discern from such a moment? Introspectively thinking about what TAA is.
Is that what you're doing? You're still trying to figure out all these years?
Yeah.
That's funny. So in the interest of not being super serious, and we haven't done it in a long time, and someone actually DM'd me this last week.
Oh.
So it had to have been somebody, this particular person had to have been listening to the podcast for a long time because we've not done one of these in forever.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. And that is a good old would you rather. We haven't done would you rathers since probably somewhere in the 100s.
It's been a good minute.
Yeah. It's been a long time. Now, what I want to do with these would you rathers, Chris, is I'm going to amplify the would you rathers over time. So we're going to start off with ones that are not necessarily that crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to jump right into the crazy ones.
Can you give me a moment to metaphorically and figuratively and literally pretend like this?
Yeah. Can we proceed?
I'm ready.
Okay. Oh, maybe these are all just terrible.
There is no ease into it.
Okay, here's the first one.
Go for it.
Would you rather be constantly itchy or constantly sticky?
Oh. Like everywhere in my body.
Yeah.
There's nothing like a man's bally itch.
Do you want? Yeah, but okay. So do you want sticky balls or itchy balls?
A sticky ball can be remedied by a good licking, but a itchy ball, there ain't nothing but irritated flesh or matter on your skin. I don't know why this makes me want to speak Southern.
I don't know either.
I think it does. I would prefer to be sticky.
Okay. Why?
Because itchy leads to pain.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing worse than an itchy dick. Have you ever had an itchy dick?
I have I don't think I've had an itchy dick.
Imagine having an uncontrollable itchy dick.
I've had itchy balls.
Yeah, imagine an uncontrollable.
But the problem is typically when I get itchy balls, they're simultaneously sticky.
I can imagine.
I feel like sometimes they go together.
I just feel like a real strong itchy dick that you can't get no satisfaction from scratching.
Yeah.
These are just skin irritations and
Ever
bleeding.
since I said my balls, itchy balls, now my balls feel itchy.
Yeah.
Which I don't like.
I think it leads to pain because with an itch that you can't literally scratch away,
Mm.
and that just instinctual itch that you do to it will lead to like open wounds, pain.
It's like those people who are missing limbs. They have those phantom itches.
Yeah. Same thing.
Ooh,
But imagine
just
that
can never get rid of it.
constantly over your whole body. There's nothing worse than getting sunburn and trying to and having an itchy back from a sunburn that you can't scratch.
Yeah, but dude, being sticky, I hate being sticky. That's why I wash my hands so much.
When you're sticky, just add a little moisture.
I don't know. I have a hard time with that one. I do kind of agree. I think being sticky is more manageable over your life.
For sure.
You just get used to being sticky. You
No,
never
we
get
talk-
used to being itchy.
Are we talking about like a Velcro sticky?
Where you just stick to everything?
You just stick to everything?
No, it's just imagine your body's covered in like gum that's been in the heat for a day.
Man.
That kind of sticky.
Real,
Or like Elmer's glue sticky.
real world problems.
Yeah. Super sticky. So you're going with you'd rather be sticky.
I'd rather be sticky.
I think I'd rather be sticky too. Now, you're already going to know my answer to this one, but I want your answer. Would you rather eat poison ivy or a handful of wasps?
Whoa. Eat poison ivy. Handful of wasp. Well, thing about a wasp is that they keep on stinging. So if you don't chew them quick enough, you're going to be in a world of hurt in your mouth.
Yeah. It's not going to feel good. It's not going to be great.
And we know what happens when some people are injected with the venom that Mother Nature provides from such a wasp. Are we talking about a handful of wasps, right?
Yeah, a handful.
Give or take 30 or 40.
Yeah. Yeah.
I imagine if I don't chew them quick enough, them suckers going to sting me up for all they got, all the way down my gullet. Oh, man. I imagine such a sting would cause my throat to swell. Leading to probably a certain death. But I do know that I'm not allergic to poison ivy. I probably eat the poison ivy. That's a death sentence for you, though.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. You know my answer.
You have a better chance of surviving.
I'm eating every fucking wasp.
Throat stinks.
I'm taking every one of those wasps, man. Poison ivy that's a death sentence. If
Yeah.
I swallowed poison ivy, if I ate
That
it,
is a death sentence for you.
dude, unless you got me some steroids, like probably within 30 minutes, I'm dead.
You're literally
I'm fucking dead. Yeah, I'm taking my chances with the wasp. All right. Here's where they get a little hairy.
Oh boy.
They start to amplify a little bit. Would you rather wear someone else's dirty underwear or use their toothbrush?
Ooh. I don't want STDs.
Can you get STDs from dirty underwear?
Probably.
Huh. Okay.
Certainly a crab or two.
Yeah, I never thought about that. Yeah,
You know,
that's true. Yeah, but if you don't have pubes, you won't get crabs.
Fungus. Are we talking about woman's panties or man's panties?
Just any. Let's just say same-sex panties.
Well,
same-sex toothbrush.
We'll say tranny panties.
Yeah, tranny. Right.
In case we need both. You know.
Yeah.
A man and a female's dirty goodies. I would certainly do the toothbrush. I don't even have to really think about it.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on toothbrush.
Yeah.
Because I feel like dirty underwear could mean used, could mean piss stains, could mean shit stains, could mean cum stains.
Oh, God, yeah.
Dude, because here's the thing with the toothbrush, I'm putting something that is essentially sanitary on the toothbrush, meaning toothpaste, which kills bacteria.
Right.
So even if you have ook mouth,
yeah,
if I use your toothbrush and I put toothpaste on it, I feel like I'm safer. I feel like I'm better.
Most people rinse off their toothbrush.
Yeah. Unless it's a meth head, then we got problems. But meth heads don't use toothbrush. They don't even use toothbrushes. So it doesn't matter. Anyone with a fucked up mouth isn't using a toothbrush. I feel like that one's actually kind of easy.
Yeah,
now
I would
that I break
definitely
it down a
use
little bit more.
toothbrush, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. Would you rather have sex with someone that has really bad BO or really bad breath?
BO or breath, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it's like God invented doggy style. You know?
Yeah, that's true. You don't really have to smell the mouth, huh?
You breathe that dragon's breath the other direction.
Yeah.
So, you know, because even in a situation where you're doing doggy style, if you got bad BO, maybe you don't smell your butthole.
Yeah.
Everything else you got coming off of you. You know?
That's true. That's a good point.
I don't want it to smell like a fish market in the bedroom.
Yeah, that's true.
So, as long as you're turning that direction,
you're good with breath.
I reckon we can get to fucking.
All right. I agree with that. Would you rather crap yourself once a year in public or every day in private?
Crap myself.
No, I will tell you this.
Once in public?
One of these I've done.
Oh. In public? Once in public a year?
Yeah. Or every day in private.
Or poop myself every day.
At home. Just sitting in bed.
Uncontrollably.
Yeah.
Random times.
Yep. Just fucking shit yourself on the couch. Shit yourself in your bed. Shit in the shower, which isn't that bad. That's fine.
Yeah.
You shit doing lawn work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inconvenient at times.
Yeah.
Now, in public, do I get a say when I do it?
No. Random times.
Random time in public.
Just once, randomly, once a year, could be whenever. In public. I mean, it could be at a festival, could be at a concert, could be at a restaurant.
Public speech.
Could be at a public speech. You could be giving the speech.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And just.
During sex.
It's not. You have sex in public?
Baby. Sounds kinky.
Could be performing music.
See, one good public shitting.
Yeah.
It's not dismissible by anybody for the rest of your life. Our grandma can tell that tale. You know, our grandma shits herself constantly. No one lets her give it up. You know?
Yeah.
No one lets it go. Everybody tells the story of grandma shitting herself.
Yeah.
Till the day that woman dies, all the way up to the eulogy. People are going to be talking about her shitting herself.
Yeah. And for many years after.
That's probably why she hasn't had sex. No one wants to have sex with her. Shits herself. Constantly. You know?
I know. She's my grandma.
But if I can get away with it, every day in private, I just got on my underwear. You know,
Yeah.
have one at the ready. Have it in my pocket. Oh, shit myself. He just dropped her out.
Yeah, but you gotta like shower and the whole thing.
Well, you know, sometimes when you don't have that opportunity, you just change your pants. What do hobos do? Don't they just wipe it down with a sink?
Dude, they just shit. They drop their drawers and just shit on the streets.
Yeah. If I knew it was coming,
They're not shitting themselves.
if I knew it was coming, I would just simply spread cheek.
Yeah, but if you knew it was coming, you would just go to the toilet like we always do.
Unless there was no holding it, right? Like you just like, oh, I'm shitting.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is a surprise attack.
Yeah. Is that our extra pair of underwear ready? Find the nearest restroom. Yeah. I'd choose to do private.
Every day?
Every day.
I think I'd have to go once a year.
Public?
Public, yeah. Yeah,
You
I'm
know-
risking it. Because I just feel like if I'm in public,
people know about it or not.
even if people know about it, it's a high likelihood there's a good likelihood that wherever I'm at, I'm not going to see all those people ever again. And anyone who's close to me is going to just think it's funny. And I can live with that. And then after year 4, it's just like, yeah, it's like what Cory does. He shits in public once a year.
Yeah.
It just becomes a thing.
Until you be known as that guy that do science reports on it. Have you ever heard of that guy? You seen him on the news. He's done a couple interviews. That guy that always shits himself at least once in public.
I think that's great. It's kind of endearing.
Yeah.
I'm not upset. I wouldn't be upset about that.
What? It's not a big deal. Everybody does it.
They get to celebrate my 25th anniversary of shitting myself in public. How cool is that?
Like a birthday.
Yeah.
An anniversary.
Yeah. 25 years straight.
You got to name them all.
This is monumental.
You got to name all them children.
Name all the shits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So we're opposites on that one.
Yeah.
This one is grandma related. Would you rather fart every time you laugh or burp every time you cry? Grandma does both, I think.
Fart every time you laugh?
Yeah. Or burp every time you cry.
That makes a good party goer.
What? Fart every time you laugh?
Yeah.
I laugh too much. I don't cry that often. So I'm picking crying, obviously.
I feel like anybody who laughs mildly or hysterically that farts is immediately like the funniest person in the room.
Yeah. So you're going with fart too.
I love laughter.
Yeah.
Even at the sake of my own expense.
Yeah. I'm farting and laughing.
I would love to fart and laugh.
Burping and crying just isn't even. I think farting and I agree with you. I think burping and crying's too easy.
Yeah.
I don't cry enough.
And painful, maybe.
It could be painful. Although that's not part of the condition.
But a good fart always is relieving.
That is true.
You know?
Yeah. I agree with you there.
We call it laughing gas.
Let's see. We've got a couple more. These are the ones where it gets. Would you rather have sex with a hideous, ugly person or a beautiful, fresh corpse?
A hideous person?
Yeah, a hideous, ugly person or a beautiful, fresh corpse.
Our beautiful, fresh corpse.
Fresh corpse. Fresh. Meaning just dead.
I think the act of sex is a reciprocal thing.
So the corpse.
No.
No.
You know, there's nothing more mood killing than having sex with someone that don't make a sound. Don't make a motion.
Who do you find extremely attractive?
That's a good question. Who do I find attractive these days?
So think about this. Let me give you a hypothetical.
Sure.
As someone you find extremely attractive, you're getting ready to have sex with them consensually, and they have a heart attack and die. Because now you're never. Let's just say it's someone that it's a famous person, it's an actress, it's somebody who's like in your top list, but they just die right in front of you.
And I'm like, I'm gonna fuck that.
And you're like, I'm already ready to go. The blood's still fresh.
This has got me hard.
They're still warm.
Yeah, she got me hard.
Or the alternative is think about the ugliest person you've seen. Female.
Yeah.
And maybe this ugly person is ugly all over. Ugly vagina, ugly butthole,
Question.
ugly skin, and you gotta fuck that.
Can I be blindfolded?
No.
I gotta look at it.
Yeah.
I gotta look at you in your eyeballs.
Yeah.
Like, look at me. We're making love. You nasty ass bitch. I'll still do what you need to do. You know,
you gotta hurry up and answer this.
I like the feeling that I'm pleasuring someone.
Okay.
It's a little hard to please a dead person.
Okay.
So even though I gotta look at you in your fucking wonky eyeball with your slobbering one tooth mouth and your boils and your flapjack tits and your goddamn triple belly and your fucking giant horse ham thighs and your fucking corn toes, I'll still fucking look at you.
I'm going with a hot corpse. Hands down. No question. Dude, if it's a hot, fresh corpse, I'm all about it. Last one. You ready?
Look at me, you ugly witch.
You ready for the last one?
Yeah.
Ugh. This one's tough. Would you rather eat your family pet or kill your parents?
This is a no-brainer.
For you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know how many times I've joked about eating a family pet? And my answer is always the same. You're like, God damn, I just fucking animal. I was like, let's just eat them. Like, no, we love them. I was like, you got to eat them when the meat's good.
Yeah, but I mean, this dog, let's say it's a family pet. It's a dog. It's a living. You have to make the decision to kill it and eat it.
Mm. And this is not an apocalyptic event, right? This is like, life is good.
It could be an apocalyptic
event. Like, life is good. Just want to eat this dog. Or kill a family member?
Yeah, parents specifically.
A parent?
Both your parents.
Are they dying?
It's a twofer.
Are they dying?
Nope. They're ready to, they're
healthy.
They're healthy. They're lively.
I'm like, you sure you don't got cancer?
Yeah, no terminal.
They're like, nope, we're healthy.
Yep.
Sure that aneurysm ain't bothering you?
Nope. Everything's good.
Everything good.
Just went to the doctor. Everything checks out.
Blood pressure's great.
Yeah.
I need an animal.
Mom and dad got to go. I'm sorry. There's no other way to choose.
Well, that's one way to ensure.
I would never kill and eat my pets. I would now, would I cry? Mm-hmm. Would I be crying?
Like Old Yeller.
I would be like Old Yeller, but opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mom and dad, they're getting the death squad.
You're like taking them out on a leash. Like, come on, Mom. Come on, Dad. And you're dragging by a leash. And they're just like, no. No.
Yeah, they got to go.
You know what? You know what they say about parents? They say they always want to make sure that their kids outlive them. Well, that's one way to guarantee that.
We can ensure it. That's true.
Because you could die tomorrow in a car accident.
That's true.
But if you kill them now, you outlived them.
That is true. All right. That's it with Would You Rathers. That was fun. Those were good. I've got like 100 more. So we've got them lined up. All right. We're going to take a quick break. We're doing a review today. So hang tight with us. We'll be back at you guys in just a minute.
You know, I'm getting to the point now, my age, my health, the fact that, you know, I've gotten all this social anxiety that I don't even want to leave my house anymore. The thing is, like, I still want to smoke cigars at home, but I sure as shit do not want to leave my home.
Yeah, well, you're perpetually sick, so there's a societal responsibility that you have as well.
I just wish there was like some way for me to like buy cigars without having to think about it.
I think I have the medicine for you. My cigar pack. Curated packs come straight to your door every single month.
Is it
5-pack of cigars, specially handpicked for you? And you can also subscribe to the Factory Direct program and get cigars that you can't get anywhere else.
Yeah, as long as it covers the Omnicron variant, I'm good.
I heard they show up in hazmat suits.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that safety and protection are at top of mind.
That's
so
good. You
can visit My Cigar Pack, www.mycigarpack.com to support all their options. Again, that's www.mycigarpack.com. All right, and we're back.
What a great ad read.
Yeah. It's good Would You Rather.
You know what I like? You know what I like about us doing our ad reads in every episode, we change our clothes.
Yeah, we do.
We
Specifically for the read.
Every single one.
What's funny is how lazy is that?
Oh, when you like pre-record them?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's consistent.
It is consistent. Yeah, I was like, I can't do that every time.
Yeah, I mean, you'd like to.
There's a lot of people that do, but yeah, it's just like it gets
Pay me $1 million, I'll read it.
It's a little rough. Yeah, oh yeah. And here's the thing: is people in the cigar industry are chintzy as fuck.
I'll do it nude.
Everybody's like, oh yeah, I would love to do a podcast sponsorship. Do you want some free cigars? No. I already give free cigars. I don't want any more free cigars. I want your fucking money. Daddy wants a new BMW. I want your fucking free cigars.
It takes us longer. Well, it takes you longer. Takes you longer. Well, it takes me longer too. I'll admit it. It takes us longer to write a script, to read something, whether it's in your profession or here or work, whatever, hobbies. It takes longer to write something and then record it than to smoke one cigar. So it's like, what's good a free cigar?
Yeah, that's true.
Now, a box of cigars, well.
Nope, still not worth it.
Still doesn't seem worth it.
No.
I'm going to smoke your same cigar.
I'm just going to fucking sell them.
Yeah.
I was just going to sell them anyway.
That's true.
I'm just going to sell them to someone and be like, you want a box of these? It's for $100. Anyway, so we have a review today. Excited about this review. Now, I don't know if we've ever reviewed this cigar. I don't know that we've ever reviewed an Epernay on any episode or even.
I don't think we've ever done an Epernay.
I don't
we've
think
done
we have.
the 88.
And we did the one-off.
And the 888 and the one-off.
Yeah. And I think I did I think there's another one I did. I forget what it was.
I did that big dog, that $30, but I didn't review it.
Well, then it doesn't matter now, does it?
That's true. These are all reviews you're citing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we ever reviewed the Epernay, but we're going to today, and we're going to review the Epernay.
Sound it out.
Levi? I
like Levi.
Yeah, Epernay Levi. The Epernay came out in 2010, so it's been around for a while. 11 years.
Yeah.
11 years. Holding up. You know how many Vitolas there are of the Epernay? Answer. Too many.
Probably.
I think there's 12.
8. Oh,
it's insane. It's a really fucking laundry list of Vitolas for this.
It's literally everything down to like a Corona.
So many. Let's get in the stats of the cigar. It's pretty easy. Nicaraguan Puro. There you go. Double Corona. 6 3/4 by 56. So, and all things considered, most of the time I smoke the Epernay is more in like the Corona size.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit smaller Vitola. It's a little thin. I forget what the one is. What is it? A 5 and something by 48 or 46 maybe?
Sounds Corona-esque.
I mean, I'm probably right because they have 100 Vitolas, so I probably hit at least one of them.
Just throw out a number, they've got it covered.
But this is a honkin' dong. This is a 6 3/4 by 56. Mm. That's a big cigar.
That's pretty big.
Yeah. I mean, you're tickling the taint of a Churchill.
That's true.
In fat.
In the Toro.
56.
Like you're in Toro territory, a Toro Gordo.
You're a little over Toro. You're over Toro.
Yeah.
Just under Churchill.
Why do they call it Gordo? Why can't you just call it a Fatto?
Literally. Why don't they call it a Turchill? Or Torchill?
Torchill is a good one.
Dude, that would be so sweet.
Yeah.
Let's make a Torchill.
Okay. And we're changing Toro Gordos to Toro Fatsos.
That's fine.
Gordo makes no sense.
Let's just completely reconstruct Vitolas altogether. With like current times.
Yeah. And let's, instead of calling Vitolas, we'll call them sizes. Like a goddamn normal person.
Like a goddamn American. These come in at the $12 price point. Oof. Which, pretty big cigar, but $12.
So, and it's, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But excited to, it's so weird because I was thinking about it and I go, wow, I love the Epernay so much. I smoke it so often. And I was thinking to myself, like, do we ever review this? I went back through stuff and I'm like, I don't see it anywhere. I don't think we ever did officially.
Yeah. Which
seems strange.
Yeah.
But if anyone can find us, if anyone can find that we've done this before, either on the podcast or on the site, I'll send you 5 cigars.
If we did, we're into some of that weird ass fucking Marvel multiverse shit.
Yeah, for
sure.
We're
like, that wasn't me. It's like, well, there you are right there doing that. Like, that wasn't me.
That was not me.
That's another version of me doing it. Wasn't me.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree with that. All right, let's get into it, Chris. construction of the cigar. What'd you think? This is. Oh, by the way, this is a box press.
Yes,
Epernay.
that's true.
I need to make sure that that's clear.
Yes, very much so. Big old cigar, right?
Yep, big old hunk.
Big Vitola in a box press. Pretty big ring gauge for a box press.
It is.
You don't really see box presses that thick, do you?
It's a thick one.
That's a thick box press.
I think that's probably like as sizable as you want to get with a box press.
Yeah, I feel like the only time I've seen something similar is like the AJ oval one. What is that one?
The oval.
Oh yeah, literally the oval. Yeah, yeah, which isn't really a box press, but you kind of get the same
San
thing.
Latano, but yes,
something smashed
yeah.
from sides.
Yeah.
But here's what I'll say: for a box press, I'm used to when I touch a box press, I usually expect some structural integrity compromised. Right? I just do because
you're pressing on
a
cigar.
circle is stronger than a square.
Yeah, squares have edges.
Right? Holy shit, the amount of tobacco they packed in this sucker, that was a rigid fucking box press.
Mm-hmm.
For a box press, this is a rigid box press.
It's kind of like leave it to Illusione just to do things the correct way, though, you know?
That's true. But I will say it's a very beautiful looking cigar. I love the white labeling on the Epernay. I always have. It just works really well.
Their branding, the consistency around their branding, that's one thing that I love. You know, it's interesting because we talked about the whole cartoon characterization thing and like all like the uniqueness everyone's trying to bring to like limited this and change the label on this and change the band on this and make this flashy colors. I more identify with brands that have consistency. Like Illusione has same font, same consistency as far as like colors for the most part. They don't really deviate it from that much. And I like that.
Minimal bands.
Yeah, very minimal. It's like Tatuaje.
Yeah.
It's not overstated.
Very like
but
that.
You know a fucking Tatuaje when you see it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But great label. Simple, elegant. But I will say, this is a nice looking cigar overall, but just because it had this caramely kind of wrapper color, especially being a Nicaraguan Puro, it just had a beautiful caramel color, very minimal veins, slight smoothness, kind of mild grit. Like if it was a sandpaper, what do you think it'd be? Like 320, 300?
It would definitely be it would be not as gritty. No, it'd be like 1,000.
Oh, okay. They make
smooth
thousands?
as a baby butt.
I was trying to make it relative. I didn't know they went that high.
No, I think they they make like 2,000
okay.
sandpaper.
Definitely.
Which is essentially just a smooth surface. Really.
Pretty much. But I would say it's up there.
Probably like 750.
But
I don't know. We're talking sandpapers. Neither one of us
Did you notice how there's like no veins in it? In the wrapper?
Yeah.
Like non-existent.
Yeah, super smooth. Very smooth cigar.
But a great looking cigar. Great cap structure. Very rigid. I won't say that again. Very rigid. But I thought it was a beautiful looking cigar and very well constructed for a box press.
Yeah, I agree. The only thing that was like a little strange on mine, which is not strange, this happens and people see it. And I think sometimes people misunderstand what it represents. So oftentimes you'll look at a cigar and you'll see that it has green spots on it.
Oh,
those green spots don't really mean anything other than it's just an improper chloroform breakdown on the cigar itself, on the wrapper leaf. Doesn't do anything to the flavors.
During fermenting?
It's just green, yes. So it's not a bad thing, but if you're looking at the cigar, it may be somewhat aesthetically unpleasing and then cause you to question what's going on with this cigar. Does not impact the flavor whatsoever. So I did have that towards the cap of the cigar, a couple noticeable spots, but to me, doesn't really make a difference. Just something I wanted to point out. I do agree with you. Great box press shape. 56 ring gauge, a lot of tobacco in there. Did a really good job. What I liked is I actually looked at the cigar in the light. So it has that kind of medium light brown chocolatey color, but if the light hits it just right, you get this really cool reddish hue. Like you get that slight Colorado look a little bit. So really beautiful cigar. Just really like it to me, it pops. So you talk about cigars that pop on a shelf, given the Vitola, given the shade of the cigar itself. This is one in which I think you would notice over others if it's sitting on the shelf. Beautifully constructed. Thought it was awesome.
Yep.
What do you think about the burn?
Honestly, with it being as packed as it was a pretty dang good burn. I thought the burn line was very solid for a majority of the cigar. I didn't have any relights. It stayed lit really well. I didn't have any pitting issues. It was honestly, being as packed as it was, did provide more resistance than most traditional box presses. but it felt more just like a traditional cylindrical cigar at that point.
Yeah.
When it came to the draw resistance. But it was a nice draw. It was like a 2-3 puffer. It was a pretty effortless draw for the most part. Good smoke production. I didn't have any qualms. I didn't have any issues with burn. I thought the burn was, again, as some of our reviews have been in the past, equally as good in terms of burn as the construction has dictated.
Yeah, I think it's well stated. I had a slight tight draw issue right at the beginning, something that dissipated over time. I did have a really crazy run in the cigar. I'm going to, although it occurred, I'm going to blame it a lot on the wind. However, I do think oftentimes construction can play into that, or at least like the shape of the cigar. We talk about something that's like a box press. But I'm more going to say that the wind probably dictated a lot of that. It was very windy yesterday and I was smoking outside as much as I was trying to block. I think that kind of fucked it up a little bit. Other than that, in terms of the draw and smoke production, the resistance on the draw was perfect. I feel like the more tobacco you work with, the more things could potentially go wrong.
For sure.
So it's nice to see such a large vitola, something that's so long and so wide as this cigar, actually have a pretty effortless experience. Because sometimes I think you're like, with bigger cigars, you can find yourselves fighting with them a lot.
I agree with that.
And that wasn't this. I mean, what I always say, the best burn experience is the one that you don't have to think about. The best experience around burn is the one that takes you away from the burn and allows you to concentrate on the flavors and actually enjoying the cigar. So that's pretty much what this was, other than some wind issues that I had, which I won't blame on the...
and we know what happens when you add oxygen to a fire. It burns more.
It does burn more. That is true. What do you think about the flavors of the cigar?
All right. Here we go. 1-2 puncher. Initially, I didn't really care for it. I thought it would burn harshly. It was very spice forward and woody forward, and I was not feeling it in the first initial couple of hits. And I was like, this is a big old Epernay. Now watch me whip. Now watch me Epernay. And I don't like rap music.
Yeah.
I've had the Epernay before, and I have had it in multiple vitolas. This is the first time I've had it in this particular vitola, obviously, but I've always liked Illusione because I've always found them to be kind of a milder blend of cigars. Epernay. Illusione has never been a brand where I'm like, that's the brand you go to when you want to punch in the face.
Right.
They don't produce bold.
They don't like kick your ass.
No.
For the most part. No.
Bold, meaty cigars. That's not them.
Yeah.
It's never been them. All the cigars I've smoked by them has never been that. Always been medium-bodied cigars, right? Usually they can be florally, but they tend to be very mild, nutty. When I got the first initial hit of spice, I'm like, oh, man, I'm really feeling this right now. In about 3 minutes, it changed. It the harshness kind of burned away real quick, and I'm like, okay, thank God. And what I got was woody, nutty type of bitter notes. I'm like, okay, I dig that. There's something about those three particular flavors where when you have a Nicaraguan Puro, those do come out, especially the bitterness. I love the bitterness of Nicaraguan Puro. And that changes from brand to brand in vitola, but that's what I endear about it. Woody, bitter, nutty, right from the get-go after that first initial spike of spice heaviness. I'm like, oh. I was like, and then it mild out. And I think maybe it's this expectation I had. I was like, I thought these were going to be medium-bodied cigars. But it was a very consistent flavor profile. I didn't really get too many change-ups in the cigar. However, I will say this. When you get through an Epernay, about 46.25% in, when you have a cool draw, meaning you're not burning this harshly, what a nice cigar to retrohale. When you retrohale an Epernay, that's this medium-bodied cigar. Some of those woody, florally, creamy notes come out. And I found myself retrohaling a good portion of the second half of the cigar. And it really kind of put me back into the space where I was like, yes, this is like an Illusione cigar. Didn't have a whole lot of change ups. I think it's a very consistent cigar flavor, but I do like the flavors, and I'm glad that I had a misjudgment of it in the beginning because it really ended nicely. It was a nice cigar, and I really did appreciate and like the flavors.
Nice.
That's what I got from it.
Nice. Our differences or experience difference in the fact that I didn't think there was any spice, pepper in it at all, even from the onset. To me, I think what I enjoyed about it most was that those things were lacking. So used to smoking cigars recently that are just heavy pepper. Like even today, I smoked the LFD Ligero. And, there's some cigars that are just like, they're so forward with those flavors. Like it just kind of bombs your face. And for me, the Epernay was a nice change up because I think what you get, at least I'm saying this from my own experience, but I feel like what you get in the total tobacco inside, from a filler perspective, because there's so much of it. I think it was more of the things that I liked from the filler tobacco that I got to appreciate for a cigar that's pretty large, right? I got that goodness to me that kind of expanded the entire length of the cigar. I do agree with you that it's not overly dynamic. I don't think there's too many change-ups in the cigar. What you get is what you get. It's very sweet. To me, it's very creamy, very nutty. It had that citrus component to it, which I really liked. I think that's where I kind of get that bitter, bright flavor.
Yeah,
I really enjoy.
Yep, that's it.
And it does have that kind of roasted, toasted flavor. That it's got a little bit of a woodiness to it, which I like too. Like all of those things together, I think are just a beautiful combination of flavors that resist any sort of peppery or spice notes that you may otherwise get in like something from a Nicaraguan Puro. Although I don't think those are characteristics that I would say necessarily align themselves with Illusione all the time. You usually think like, okay, Espinosa, Nicaraguan Puros, gonna blow your face off. There are other organizations that make Nicaraguan Puros that literally, they'll make you poop your pants.
That's true.
They'll make you drop loads in your pants. And that's not what Illusione is.
Nope.
And I think, to me, I like this Vitola better than I like most other Vitolas for the Epernay, because I think what I really appreciate about it and the differences that I can see between them, just from a visually, is that this one's a lot larger.
Yeah.
I'm getting more of that filler than I am the wrapper. And I think the filler is what I really like about that cigar. I didn't know that before, but in my head, I'm going, okay, well, I'm going to have to make a comparison between this cigar and other Epernays that I've smoked. This one's certainly a lot larger. Why do I like this one more? And I think it's just because there's so much more of that good filler tobacco in there. But I thought the flavors were outstanding.
Yeah, there we go. I think I got a theory. Why I got so much peppery spice forwardness that I like blasted out everything until I got like 3 minutes in. I think I over toasted the foot.
You probably did.
I think that's what I did.
Can't fucking stuff a pipe and you can't toast a cigar.
Nope. Don't even know why I'm on the show.
But after all these years, you'd have it figured out. What about price? $12.
Dude,
but it's a lot
I
of tobacco.
smoked it for an hour and 40 minutes.
That's actually probably pretty fast for a cigar like this. I think it would take most people probably 2 hours.
Yeah. About an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I think you get a lot of meat for that. $12.
Yeah.
It's really hard to dispute. And if you like Illusione, it's a no-brainer to begin with. If you like medium-bodied cigar, if you like Nicaraguan Puros, and you like enjoying your cigar over an hour and a half to 2 hours, $12 is nothing to like shy away from. I think it's a fine price.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's adequate. I think it makes sense for the cigar. It's a ton of tobacco. It's really freaking good. I enjoy that cigar way more than I thought I would.
It's pretty solid.
Like considerably more than I thought I was going to like it. And that's, I've smoked so many Epernays, so fucking many, so many. I would say like if I were to compare cigars that I've smoked most often, Epernay would probably be in my top 5. I know for sure in my top 10 of cigars that I've smoked most often. Like I've smoked them consistently. However, I don't think I've ever smoked this Vitola.
I've never.
And that's the magic of it. And maybe, that's Illusione's play with this, is that the Vitola, we always talk about, it makes such a difference, right? The ratios of tobacco used in each one of those Vitolas it changes the dynamic of cigar so much. So you can't really say that the Epernay in this Vitola is going to be the same as this one. And again, I think that's why I really appreciate the flavors in this one more so than maybe I've done the others. And I really, really love the other Vitolas.
Yeah.
It's just a different experience that you get, which I think is great.
I think it's like the difference between Disney Snow White and then Disney Snow White, the live action with Kristen Stewart. You know,
They made one of those?
Yeah. One of them, real sweet and cuddly. Everyone likes it. But then you got the Kristen Stewart one, where Snow White's a badass.
Lesbian. I mean, badass.
Mm-hmm. And I like that version of her. Same thing. Both Snow Whites. One's badass, one's cutesy.
That's interesting.
So I think this Epernay is like the badass Kristen Stewart.
Yeah. Okay, I appreciate that analogy, although I think Kristen Stewart's a fucking idiot. Let's summarize it. Pros and cons.
If you like medium-bodied cigars, if you like consistent flavors, if you're a Illusione fan, if you can forego buying your kids a Happy Meal, this cigar is like a no-brainer. It's really a no-brainer.
You don't want your kids to get fat anyway, so
yeah, it's really a no-brainer.
Do they even call them Happy Meals anymore? Because the only thing that made them happy is the fact they came with toys, and they can't do that anymore. So wouldn't it just be a kids meal? Are they called kids meals or are they called Happy Meals?
Happy Meals.
Really? Still?
Yeah, I mean, every time I see a kid get a Happy Meal, their eyes light up. Happy as can be.
Interesting.
Like, I like to be fat.
Yeah.
I like my salty fries.
God, I can't wait to see what the next generation's going to look like.
Pretty much like all those people in the movie WALL-E. You know, like when they're in space and they're like, all their bones become separated.
Never seen it.
And they're like all heavy.
Never seen it.
Because they don't do anything for themselves. They all got obese.
I've never seen it, but I'll take your word for it.
There's really, honestly, I can't really imagine a con. Now, I think there's a lot of pros of the cigar. The price is fine. It's a good medium body cigar. Anybody can smoke it. I don't know if there's a con unless you don't like getting spots like Cory might not. You don't like getting a Cindy Crawford version of fucking Epernay, you know, with their little
beauty mark.
With a beauty mark, you know. So if you don't like beauty marks on your cigar, you don't like your Cindy Crawfords. I get it.
Yeah.
But I can't really think of a con. I really can't.
It's tough.
Like you can go as far as say, well, I don't like the label. The label don't come off easy. This fucking one comes off fucking easy. It's a thin ass little label.
That's true.
You know, there's like nothing I can like, I don't know. Maybe there's a con if you did a drop test from an airplane, you know, and it's like, that didn't survive. It exploded across the ground. Like, yeah, I thought these were drop tested. No, you know, I don't know what other con you could throw at it.
Hey, if there isn't, there isn't. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you just get something that's good.
Yeah.
Pros for me, like I said before, void of any sort of pepper or upfront kind of boldness and spice. I really enjoyed that about the cigar. It's a nice change up for me. Great flavors, amazing balance throughout the cigar. Again, not overly dynamic, but I think, you know, we've said this before. If you get something good and you like it, you just want it to stay there.
Sure.
So change ups are not an issue.
Right.
I'm not looking for the roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for something that's consistent and straight because it's so good. For me, best Vitola that I've had in this cigar. And I've smoked a lot of Epernays. It's probably my favorite so far. The only con that I had is just maybe some of the burn issues I had. Just annoying that I had to kind of correct some stuff. And whether it's due to wind, whether it's due to cigar, we may never know. I'm blaming the wind just to give the cigar a benefit of the doubt. But that was really the only con, and I stretched for that one.
Yeah.
So let's conclude. Let's get our scores of this particular cigar.
Yep.
Chris, given your feedback, given your experience, what would you score this cigar and what would your recommendation be?
Dude, this cigar gets a 91.3% for me, which is a highly recommended cigar.
Nice. 91.3. 91.3. Love this cigar. Can't say it enough. I scored it a 95.
Wow.
Which is technically the hot ticket.
That is a hot ticket.
That is a hot ticket. But both those scores combined come out to a 93, which is a highly recommended cigar.
And it's not even typically my profile.
Yeah, it's definitely up my alley.
Yeah, it's up your alley. It's not typically my profile, but I definitely appreciate a good one because I'm a big old Illusione 88 fan, especially that Candela.
I feel like through most of that, I kind of downplayed how much I love that cigar.
You did.
And I wasn't trying to be super excitable about it.
It's like,
but it was, dude, it's one of the most phenomenal cigars.
It's like when you're doing a business deal acquisition and you're like, we're thinking about acquiring you for $10.4 million.
No.
And they're like, yeah, maybe. Well, we were thinking $20 million. I can't do that. And then they're like, okay, fine. $10.4 million. You sign the deal, you're like, oh my God, I fucking love this.
Yeah.
Like, it was so good.
Yeah.
You just got to be a hard ass. You gotta lead them. You know?
Yeah, it's not the same thing, but
I love it.
But yeah, no,
maybe not.
I honestly just think
you led me on. That's what I'm saying. You led me on thinking you didn't like it as much.
Yeah.
But then when the deal was said and done, you're like,
I feel like I let it on as I would have given it the same score you did.
Very much.
But
so.
to me, it was one of the best cigars I've had in a long time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Really, really. I'm hoping that the next time I smoke it, I get that same kind of enjoyment. And I'm hoping it's not just because it was so different from everything else I've smoked recently.
I see a dad joke coming.
So
would you say this is an Epernay or an Epernay?
I'm going to go with an Epernay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. I mean, a combined score of 93 is pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
That's a very highly rated cigar for us. So we're chugging along, dude. I think, didn't we give a 93 to the Fiero Tego Generoso last week?
We did.
So there we go. 2 93s back to back.
Very Generoso score for you.
Yeah.
We're looking for sponsors.
It is kind of interesting when you think about it, though, that it's like a 293 back to back. People are going to be like, what? You just smoke everything you fucking like? Ugh. Trust me, we're going to get a dud eventually. It's coming.
We smoke them enough. That's for sure.
Yeah. All right. Let's wrap up the episode. Thank everybody for listening. It's episode 236. Last week's episode was the Fiero Tego Generoso review. So if you haven't seen that episode or listened to it, you can listen to it now. It's on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Gasbox, Podbean.
Gasbox is one?
Deezer.
Did you say Gasbox?
Yeah, Deezer nuts. Yeah, Castbox.
Oh, Castbox.
Yeah. Castbox could be the name of some girl's vagina.
Ooh.
But yeah, so that's out there. Check that episode out. It's good to get back in the reviews. Good to do a fucking would you rather.
Yeah.
Subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be a cunt. Subscribe.
And we got Discord.
And we got our Discord. So check out our Discord. It will be, if you're watching this on video, actually, if you're watching a video or listening to the podcast, you'll see the Discord link in the description. So you can hit us up on Discord. We're happy to chat with you, become part of the wonderful community that we've built in the past few weeks. It's been a lot of fun. There's some really good topics in there. So if you are a cigar nerd or if you're someone who wants to learn more about cigars, it's the community for you. All right, let's wrap it up. This will conclude episode 236. We'll be back at you next week with an interview with Omar D. French Fries from Fratello. So cannot wait to have that big bastard on. It's going to be fantastic.
That'll be a good one.
All right. Until next time, see you, everyone.
Be wise, be brave.